You going Freestyle Friday? You going free Scotty already? Is that what's going? Is that when I get to work and see? Is that the first thing that pop up on my phone? Scottie Scheffler arrest charges: second degree assault on police officer, third degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic. Is that what charges he got? And did he make his? Is he still making his tea time? Um, I'm behind on that. I'm real behind on that. I'm real behind in my inboxes. Oh, okay. I see it. Okay, I got. Oh man. Mm, hold on. Freestyle Friday. What we talking about today? Fabian, what's good? What's on the docket for today? Red State. What we talking about today? Tonight, or actually last night, I was supposed to do way too early starting fives, but I didn't. I didn't get that far. Mm. Are we gonna, Todd? We're not gonna do LMPD. Ooh, Waterman Commitment Watch. I can play that game. I can play that game. I can play the Waterman Commitment Watch. Tyrone representing the Carterburg. What's good? I think Rummage just came around the corner and got off the elevator. Uh, uh, Noah Waterman, huh? So Waterman and Khalifa were a lethal combination. Uh, mm, we're looking at Waterman highlights right now. Andrew, what you want to do? Oh, yeah. You know what? Um, Shoot me a text anytime after 6, because that's when I'll start getting kind of uh thinking about the night show. It's Scott Scheffler's fault, indeed. What's the closest Lions game? How does Jerry like the schedule? He don't care. He don't care. If I asked him about the schedule, he would say he didn't care. You know how it is. He'll probably say any team can beat you at any time if you don't come ready to play. He'll give that team He'll give you that team coach speech. You know, Dan Campbell's his guy. Yeah, that's right. That's probably what he's saying. Yeah, he don't care about the schedule. Look, he probably like the TV games. He probably only looks at which games look like they're gonna be turned up. Home games. He probably don't want to go play in the cold. He probably looks to see if they play Green Bay early and Chicago early. So he's not freezing. Scott. Todd says Scott was driving around in a marked car labeled PGA golfer. The Dallas revenge game. That's gonna be at home, I think. I saw the Stanford thing yesterday, Anthony. Yeah, actually, I think Drew's gonna stay on air. Drew's gonna bully us for
last night I had charity.
I got a turn, so
they're just hanging out.
It's not turned all the way.
Saturday's house. It was fun.
Right.
That's it. Did Chase? I guess James already tell you we're just gonna take that extra coverage first before we get on.
Why are we getting bullied for that? Because I really, really wanted to be on air when he teed off.
I'm cool just listening to it.
This is our moment, Steve. This is our moment for national attention.
Our moment. We've had our moments. We've had plenty of legal moments. I'm good. I'll listen to this.
Are you rooting for him to win?
I think so now. I think I am. I think I'm rooting for him to win now. Listen, to all my delegation friends out there, you'll be proud of me. Because you know the first thing I said today?
What?
I need to see what actually happened.
You didn't blindly go with the story?
Yes. Because I'm like, bro, I was like, if I go in there and I just immediately am like, well, this is garbage one way or the other. I'm like, look, the delegation's going to be like, oh, yeah. But when it sucks, you got to see the footage. So,
do you remember the Randy Moss one?
Yes.
Yeah. Where the bus stop lady threw herself on the hood of the car. He revved it up and it was like, oh.
Yo, we could freak Chase out. We should just be like, come on, get us on the air. Get us on the air. He's like, wait, we're taking extra coverage.
Hold on, actually, let me connect. Let me get Chase set up. Present. Oh, I bet he did. Okay. No. He takes it. If he wants it, he takes it.
We can open. He's messing with
you. No, I'm not. If Drew wants to bully the show, take the show. So does he want us to go right at 10? Huh? Okay. So I'm just dying to talk legal rights. PGA versus LMPD. Who's right? Who's wrong? Hold on, y'all. I'm hooking up the system. Well, just remember that we're going to go through that for a little bit. Okay.
Oh, there he comes. He's coming up.
Or is that his practice?
Yeah, I think that's the practice round. Did you know he was the #1 golfer?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I mean, I know. That's what we were talking about yesterday. I was like, when it comes to golf, I can pretty much tell you, like in most majors, like at any point, if you're like, okay, what's the leaderboard? I can tell you the first 3, but I'm like, I don't, it's the best thing that happened in golf. People are gonna be watching like crazy now.
To see if he does anything.
Yeah.
Steve, somebody died. I think you need to be a little more respectful to life.
That's what I was trying to tell Chase. Seems like Chase is a little.
Chase is callous.
Yeah, Chase is callous. Hey, I guess I'm gonna use mic 3 because mic 2 hasn't worked. I'm standing up.
Are they just getting him teeing off early? PGA versus LMPD.
Oh God!
Who you got, Steve?
What a story, man! What a morning! What a morning!
It's an interesting morning.
I woke up to a text from Drew, and it was like, "Hey, can you Lucy in?" And this is well past because I slept in about an hour. It was like, "Are you aware of what's going on?" And I'm like, "What is going on?"
Right.
So I tuned in and see. Now here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna throw. He is teeing off in 5 minutes or so. We are gonna take. Okay. So are we going to go there in a few minutes, or are we going to go there now?
Drew, you want to take over?
Yes, but the absolutely.
I think Drew and Mark are more prepared to do the leading up to the teeing off if they want to.
No, they're gone. Yeah, they're not.
So we're just gonna
throw the ESPN Plus coverage.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's what. So he's going to tee off in about 5 minutes, and we're going to throw it out there just to kind of take the coverage of it. And yeah, it's okay. Well, we can just do a quick. Yeah, like
has Noah Waterman committed yet?
That's my thing. My thing was like, can we? Why is all this happening while Noah Waterman's out? Okay, I don't need the city in a fool with Noah Waterman on campus. All right. That was the first thought went through my head.
Listen, a thought like that is why I got so pissed off at you yesterday with the Porcini's photo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're gonna have to stop. Like, listen, you and I have this conversation about women who do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing makes you and I more miserable than a woman who can find a problem for every solution.
I know. Yeah. I think we need to go ahead and go out to this, and we'll be back. It's like walking through the crowd.
Completely unrelated. No.
Well, let's see.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no. It's not gonna happen.
What's it going to take to get him out, get him back, and yeah.
Kind of has to, or else
the pedestrian,
okay.
the putting green, went to hit some putts, and it was like oil and water. Everybody just gave him plenty of space. In terms of the golf, raining, it's going to be on and off throughout the day. This golf course is going to play exceptionally long. The rough is wet. It's matted down. You have to hit the fairways today. In the hole locations, because of the rain, they've moved quite a few of them to the back edges of the green. They've perched them up on different little knolls and hooks in the green. So I think today, if you can shoot anything under par, probably in a pretty good spot.
Scott, you've been around this game a long time. This is unlike anything I've seen, you've probably seen. Can only imagine the range of emotions for Scottie Scheffler as he now tries to turn his focus to the second round.
Yeah, George, this is one of the most bizarre situations I've ever seen. Obviously, as you stated, everybody is deeply saddened by the tragic events that happened earlier this morning, the person being killed. As a golfer today, raining, cool, ball not going far, you're already in a little different spirit, little different mode. But I was out there with Ned on the range, and it was pretty quiet, pretty somber. And it would kind of be that way with the rain anyway, but I think it was just added. So I'll be impressed if he can get his head together and play golf today.
And story a day. How would Scottie look after 3 weeks off? He and his wife Meredith have just welcomed their baby boy to the world. This feel-good moment on the very first.
His lawyer said that he was proceeding as directed by a different traffic officer and driving a marked player's vehicle with credentials visible. In the confusion, Scottie's alleged to have disregarded the different officers' traffic signals, resulting in these charges. So somebody told him to do something, and then somebody else.
Tee to green.
No.
It's always been yesterday. He missed a few makeable putts, a couple par putts, particularly on the back nine. Did shoot 4 under, but
Yeah.
notwithstanding what's going on today, his golf game was still spot on.
This was saucy on the 13th. Spins it back from 79 yards to inside 5 feet. Would make birdie, but then
Next hole, he's
short miss on the 14th. So he goes birdie, bogey, then at 15. Let's get one back. 4 under 67, hard 16, 17, and 18 to close out his round.
it's just it's surreal right now, George. I don't know what's going through his mind. Nobody knows. But if anybody can kind of calm the seas, he would be the guy to do it.
I'm going with you.
He's just going to have to try to somehow get golf first in his mind. That'll be a
Good
challenge.
morning and welcome to the 106th PGA Championship.
Here they go.
The 10:08 tee time. Now on the tee, please welcome from Colorado, Wyndham Clark.
Past 3 major champions grouped together. Scottie Scheffler, the most recent at the Masters, Brian Harman, and the reigning U.S. Open champion.
Poor Wyndham Clark, dude. He's going to have a massive crowd following him around all day.
Remember, they're starting off the backside. So par 5-10.
That's a really good drive.
Around.
And another bomb from Wyndham Clark, George.
Next up, please welcome from Georgia, Brian Harman.
You know, Brian and Wyndham have never been in this situation either, so they've got to be feeling a little bit different as well.
Harman currently outside the cut line will need a good round today. He wants to see the weekend.
That'll be the key to Brian Harman's round today. Is
And
just
next
hit
to
the
play from
fairway.
Texas, Scottie Scheffler.
Is he free, Scotty?
Massive cheer for Scottie Scheffler yesterday. And he teed off the first. And same story today for round number 2.
Might be bunker. Oh, that was you all are behind. That was Harmon that just hit for you all.
George, as far as
Yeah.
his biggest challenge is going to be.
Oh, they're tuning into the. Okay.
I mean, that's hard to do anyway, and it's harder when it's raining and maybe sloppy. It's a major, but today is going to be an all-time test of that, and I hope he can do it. But I would not be surprised.
He's won the past fucking everything, so who cares?
And that's not an indictment on him. This is just one of the most bizarre things I've ever even thought about.
And it wasn't as though when he was detained at 6:01 a.m. Eastern time, he was kept on site. They sorted through what transpired. He was actually taken to Louisville Metropolitan Police for booking, was away for nearly 3 hours going through that process before returning. So I can only imagine, just like to your point, the mental strain over the past few hours being in that situation, which Scottie says, and I mentioned the charges of the Louisville Police Department had put out. Scottie saying it was a big misunderstanding as he's trying to enter the property to play in the second round of the PGA Championship.
You have your pre-round, or like you have a pre-shot routine. You have your pre-round routine. He's getting here really early to go work with his trainer, stretch, do all that. And I don't think you could dream up a scenario of what happened this morning, starting with the tragic accident and what he's gone through. I'm actually a little surprised he's playing, but kudos to him, and hopefully everything, prayers for the family that lost a loved one, and hopefully they can get it all squared away and get back to the PGA Championship.
You see Wyndham Clark and Brian Harmon talking with Scottie Scheffler, and he's holding court down the fairway. These guys have played Ryder Cup with Scottie Scheffler, have been teammates, in their own way. However they can, they're going to support him through this second round.
Absolutely. These three guys were on the last Ryder Cup team, and Ryder Cup is the greatest bonding experience for a group of 12 players. It's you get with your other 11 other best friends representing the United States of America. It's the best bonding experience you'll ever have. And I'm sure that's kind of what they're trying to get into. They all need to relax and find a flow, and it'll be more difficult today.
Ned, now that the 3 tee shots are underway, as we're getting a gauge of these early scoring conditions, what are you anticipating we're going to see with the weather in the area?
Well, the weather is going to be dodgy all day. Looks like maybe some thunderstorms could roll in late today, 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. local time. So you're just going to have to get in the mentality of umbrellas up and blinders on, just head down and kind of stay in your own little bubble, which may be a good thing for Scottie Scheffler today.
Yeah, Ned, he's good at that anyway, but today will take an extraordinary effort.
3 tee shots, Brian Harmon in the fairway, Wyndham Clark, 270 out, may have the horsepower to get there in 2. Scottie Scheffler, tee shot just under 3 bills in the right-hand rough, which will be wet. See what the lie is like, but that would be a big ask for him to push it up there close to the green. Will likely be positional golf for his second shot. See the distance between Clark and Harmon, 35 yards.
Y'all want to come back, or you want to go to a break?
Oh, well, yesterday. Matter of
come back cold, or you want to go to break, come back with an intro?
all flight with the driver, so he is at a bigger differential than the others because he's looking for a run on the fairways, and he won't get it today. This is just a play for position.
Going a little bit to the left.
It did. It actually hit a tree. Caught a couple.
And that's going to do it for our ESPN Plus coverage of the PGA at Valhalla.
Well, and that's what we are. We're ESPN Louisville, 93.9 The Ville. So that's a big moment in the city.
So
so
do you have a big picture statement to give or opinion?
I mean, listen. It was. not a good look. It's like, but
For who?
For Louisville, for just you know.
Okay, so that's where your heart is on the stories.
And I'm always like I made the joke for the show, but I mean I'm always well, let me see the whole picture first. Let me see exactly what happened. But just seems like there's a lot of eyewitness accounts here. It's like, yeah, it doesn't seem like there was a lot going on there. Like it seems like there might have been one guy overreacted quite a bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't somebody say like he attached himself to the car?
Yeah.
What does attach yourself to the car mean? Did he jump on the back of the car?
Deion Sanders tells a story about being on a scooter, right, in Cincinnati, and he's leaving the game, and the guy told him to stop, and then he tried to jump on the back, like to stop Deion Sanders, right?
Yeah.
And he I guess he fell and messed up his face. And then they got in the courtroom, and the judge was like, Deion's lawyer was like, was he going this direction or that direction? He was like, he made him hold his hand up, right? And he's like, can you make a fist? And he said, yeah. And he said, now reverse that. And he opened his hand. He's like, yeah. So why didn't you do that? He's like, because he tried to grab the other, and he's like, yeah, was something stopping you from opening your hand, and letting him go?
Yeah.
And he said, case is missing.
I mean, and they're in marked Lexus cars. Like it's one of those where,
and like I said, my opinion is having not seen anything. So I'm hearing the story.
Absolutely same. I mean, I know a lot of great people at the LMPD, so I'm not like blanketing everybody here, but it's just like, this scenario looks like it might have been somebody that was just, you just a little overzealous, and you probably, and now you're, look, Scottie Scheffler got a mugshot, but now your picture's out there. Now everybody's looking at your picture too.
So Scheffler, what does Scheffler do?
Oh, Scheffler handled it perfect. I mean, even though he's facing a felony assault,
serious,
which I think we're all like, that's probably not going to happen. But Scheffler handled it perfect. Well, he come out and was like, look, it was a misunderstanding, my end.
Especially if you say, this officer told me to go around, and I'm going around. I'm like, hey, he told me to go around, and then you say, no, we're not supposed to go around.
Yeah,
because according to a statement, he said another officer gave him different directions.
So it's just it's unfortunate, and he did a good thing by acknowledging, hey, it's unfortunate because this all happened because someone was killed. Pedestrian was killed this morning. You know,
whether or not he was throwing that in front of the story.
Well, it could have been. It could have been, but rather it is. I mean, it is like, okay, but let's acknowledge there was an unfortunate situation this morning, regardless. So it's just,
Chase, do you remember Randy Moss? A story about Randy Moss hitting a traffic warden or like a school.
No, I don't think so.
He was at like a crosswalk or something, and I don't know if a kid was kind of like the story I told with the bus, like a kid was getting ready to come and they were like, no, you need to wait till, and he was like, get out the way, and he revved up his, you can imagine Randy Moss sitting there and his, whatever, just revving it up, like, get out the way, I got stuff to do, And then they threw themselves on the hood of his car and said, oh, he revved me up.
Yeah.
So, I think he took a fine, and I think that's where Straight Cash homie came from.
Yeah. Straight Cash homie.
Or no, that was the Green Bay celebration. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Was that the one that he went Straight Cash?
Yeah, I think so. Where he got fined. Yeah.
And it's like, did you pay the fine? Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been it. Yeah, but like I said, Louisville, I think the rain's more of a bad look for Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and I know the immediate reaction is to everybody, and I mean, I thought the same thing too immediately. It's like, well, we'll never get another major. But then again, you look back and you're like,
and that's coverage.
There's still a lot. Well, listen, Scottie Scheffler just made. Can you imagine the amount of that people are like, oh my God, what did he lose? I'm like, well, what's he gonna make? Like everybody's gonna be. He's the biggest name in golf now.
Well, he is number one.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter in golf,
Yeah, you could be number one, but not be the man.
Yeah, like you're not. That doesn't mean you're the guy,
So you think the fan base, the fight the system fan base?
I mean, I think people want him to win now. I mean, look, his merchandise is going to sell now. Like this is. I mean, I wouldn't do the.
How does golfer merch sell?
I wouldn't do the Blankenbaker thing. Like Blankenbaker's like Nike should make pinstripe polos and orange. I'm like, yeah, no.
Why did Blankenbaker?
Yeah, like no, that's a terrible idea. You do realize that, right? Like, and they're not going to be like, Prison Scott.
Did they give them all?
Yeah.
Did they give them
Prison
all?
Scott?
Okay, are those Lexuses going for the low now?
Right? It's like, hey,
That's all I want to. Hey, Jalen, I got a sweet deal.
yeah,
On some 460s.
this PGA Lexus.
Listen, we'll get that stuff right. I'll paint right on over it.
Yeah, they said they're marked up too. I mean, like, it's like, okay.
If they marked them up, they got to go to the market.
I wonder what they do with those.
They sell them, Steve.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do they just take them back like it's one Lexus lot in Louisville? Say, okay, we're gonna donate these, and then they're gonna come back and we're gonna sell them used, or
Yes, sell them used.
okay, that's why I just didn't know if it was like, or they auction them off or what.
I'll leave the PGA on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just leave it right on there.
Oh, I would too.
Just get it for the low.
I absolutely would. I'd be like, yeah, no, leave it. But yeah, my biggest concern, like I said, is what does Noah Waterman think about all this? Because he was at Jeff Ruby's last night. Shout out to the Sweet Angels that took pictures of him while he was eating. And so we knew. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that is him. So.
Why did it cross my mind to go to Jeff Ruby's last night?
I don't know. We're going next Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, if you want to go.
In particular? Or just-
Charity takes her test. So her first test, as far as to get her license to be a nurse practitioner. So if she passes, we're going to celebrate eat, and if she don't, then we'll sad eat.
You I saw the little graduation video where the guy had a good pizza or a good cake, a congratulations cake, and a get them next time cake.
See, this is what annoys me. Steve, say you don't watch golf without saying you don't watch golf. This dude has multiple green jack. I know who the hell Scottie Scheffler is, but do you think he sells as much merch as Tiger Woods? Do you think he sells as much merch as some of the other guys? He don't. Doesn't mean like I know who the hell he is. He's number one player in the country. Like he's the number one player in the world. Like we know that, but that's not in golf. The number one player in the world is not always the guy that sells the most stuff.
That might have been my fault for making the joke to you about saying he's number one. Like you knew he was number one.
Yeah, but that guy in golf is not the guy. It's like that in NASCAR, different ones. Like the guy who's number one isn't necessarily the one that's selling the most stuff.
How many NASCAR drivers can you name, Chase?
Is Jimmy Johnson still racing?
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave it right there because I don't want to drag you down that time. So Steve, that text makes you feisty. What do you think? Do you think Waterman's tripping on that right now?
No, he's probably like he's probably like, oh, it's cool, man. I'm here. Yeah. Well, it's all happening right here.
Is he at the gym right now?
Yeah, he probably does not even paying attention. He's on a visit.
He's on a visit. He's at the gym.
Yeah.
He ate good last night. He's probably used to just getting a good workout in. Probably like, yeah. Probably flew out. Did he fly out from Utah?
Probably. Or I mean, I think he's from up in the Northeast. So
okay.
I don't know if he went home, maybe.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm thinking if I'm him, I'm stiff. I'm just, just getting my, let me go get a workout in or something.
Feeling it.
Yeah, it's raining around here. What do you do to keep him from seeing the rain and crap?
I mean, cut his eyes out. I don't know.
What else do you do? Are they just negotiating?
Yes.
Is that what you think, Chase?
He's old. I mean, he knows what he's looking for.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, I think it's one of those things where he is. It feels, and I don't want to jinx it, but it feels the Waterman thing has felt like he kind of knows
he got into the portal. He got into the portal just to come here.
Yeah. That's what that one has felt like.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't want jinx it. It's still the portal, and who knows, man? Case in Prior,
and somebody can jump in at the last minute.
Yeah, but it feels like he was kind of coming here to just solidify the commitment, and we'll hear something this weekend. Now,
yeah, you want to check everything out with your own eyes and get a good vibe.
Now, you never know, but I mean that's why most people have felt really good about securing a commitment from him this weekend. So, yeah, It's
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, okay. Well, hypothetically, what does he do? What does he do for the team?
Oh, by the way, he birdied that first hole. So
He must be.
Listen.
I mean, just
Okay. Does that listen? If he birdies that hole on the first one, does that mean he's innocent? or does that mean you're relaxed? In the movie, what's the movie with Kaiser Soze? What am I thinking
what
of?
is the movie?
What's the name of the movie, people? I'm blanking on it. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm totally blanking on it. Text us. What's the movie with Kaiser?
I'm lost.
You know the movie?
Do I?
Yes.
Kaiser.
the usual
The
suspect.
usual gosh darn suspect.
I wouldn't have got that.
Well, look, he says, the guy says, he said, you arrest the criminal. You arrest 5 criminals. He's like, the guy that's sleeping, that's your man. You know, because he's like, you know, you're caught, you're going to get some rest. So it's like, you must be guilty.
Yeah.
You come in here and knock down a birdie.
Yeah. It's like, bang.
You
Might as well win this one.
I might as well pick up a couple extra lawyer fee dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna bring up the traffic cam on me, and he's gonna be like, "Get out of the way."
Yeah, but he did a good job too. Going back to that just for a second, they like I get what Drew and them were saying. They were like he should have pulled the you know who I am card. But I'm like, no, I think he did the right thing because now how much more
sympathetic
does he look that it's like he didn't even like, man, y'all know who I am? You know who I am? Like it was like, you know, I'm Scottie Scheffler, you know.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, listen, they're
they
police.
go
We're gonna get to the car. And then he probably told them at some point, like, guys, you know, I played, like I'm here.
Yeah, we don't need to be arrested for we can.
I heard
chill.
I heard well, either Drew or Mark, they said they did loosen up his cuffs though.
Well, good.
You want to?
Isn't that nice?
Mess up there.
He probably wouldn't have birdied if they
If
didn't
he had
do
been
that.
tight cuffs.
Yeah.
What if his hand was numb? There's so many. That's why I say, man. That's why I say there's so many
Uncomfortable tributaries.
He's gonna play so well today and the rest of this tournament because he literally has nothing to lose now. Like if he sucks today, it's like, yeah, dude, I was arrested this morning. Like I've had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, my wrist was in cuffs. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna play the victim though.
No, well, because he's gonna play great, and he's gonna look like a pro.
Right until the end when he chokes in the last round, he's gonna be like a damn jail thing. You know, it took a lot out of me.
Yeah.
Right at the end,
it's been a big weekend for me.
Right when he finishes second,
I'm number 1 in the world.
Okay, what does Waterman do for the recruiting class? What does Waterman do for?
He's a major add to this team.
Okay,
when you go watch his skill set, when you go
What year
watch,
is he?
I think he's older.
5th year senior.
Yeah, he's an older guy.
He's a 5th year senior.
Uh-huh.
Is he a starter?
I think he will be. I think you'll start him and Pryor together.
Everybody, Steve.
No, I think you'll start him and Pryor together though. But I don't know that because I don't.
They're different.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Kelsey's. I'm still learning Coach Kelsey, but I think you probably start them together in some cases, in a lot of cases actually, but because they can play together, man. They both pass the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
They both shoot the ball well.
He and Khalifa played well together.
Yeah, played really well together. They're really good friends too. Apparently, they're like legit. Like,
okay,
that's my guy. Yeah. So
is Khalifa
his brother
deal closer?
Probably. Waterman's brother is on the Trilly Donovan Discord, and he was kind of saying to them like they're really tight. Now he did say he about Khalifa. He was like everybody knew he was going to, whether he went to Louisville or not, he was going to redshirt. And Louisville was one of the teams that was like, we're fine with that. So it really did kind of add to like, he probably is not playing.
Okay. He's really
this year.
Redshirt, yeah.
But yeah, apparently him and Waterman are really tight. They're really good friends. They formed a real good bond here. So it's a real good situation for Waterman to come in. You're one of the big guys, because like I said, Pryor is absolutely a guy that can play. I mean, heck, Tobias Bass was talking about, recruiting analyst was talking about Pryor and was like, he's one of those guys you could legitimately play at 3 at the next level if you wanted to.
That hands down makes you the number 1 transfer rankings for the offseason.
Yeah, well, I think Louisville is number
I know right
one
now you're, but does that ensure you finish?
Waterman?
Yeah.
Probably. Or at least top 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've put together one of the 3 best classes. Now, Louisville was always going to be, let me even do this, and I never do this, but Louisville was always going to be top 5 or 6 because quantity. I mean, and they were going to get decent players.
Yep.
I agree with this texter right here. And we love ourselves some starting lineups here in Louisville. To me, this is it. Chucky Hepburn, Terrence Edwards, Javon Hadley, Pryor, and Waterman. I think that's your starting 5. I think, and then you let the rest of the chips fall as where they may. I think that's your 5 best players. I think Corin Johnson comes off the bench. I think you bring in Roos off the bench. You bring in Scott off the bench.
Chucky, Pryor,
Hadley,
Edwards,
and Waterman, if you get Waterman. Now, the only caveat I will give is I could see Marcus being correct in maybe early you go with the Rain Smith.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, he knows that, and maybe Hadley comes off the bench. But that would be my only real switch there. But either way, I mean, I would be perfectly fine with that. Because I mean, you're right. I could totally see it. Be like, Rain knows the system. He's a big time shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's better to put him in there out. Like, and I think Hadley would be the one that you flip there. But Hadley's an older guy too. I mean, these are all older guys for the most part. I think me and Chase looked it up yesterday. James Scott's got multiple years. Ali Khalifa and Kobe Rogers are redshirt, and so they'll have next year. And I know next year's never promised in this world today.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we looked. I think Chucky Hepburn he had 1 year.
Corin Johnson
has another year after this. And then we were like Roots, and then of course you'll get a couple freshmen in the 25 class. So there's a nice core.
Who's the surprise starter that you didn't see coming? Because Rain wouldn't surprise you. It's just like, the system early. That wouldn't really surprise you.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Roos, freshman comes in and he's a little ahead of the game where people thought he was. I mean, I did forget we had Boubacar too.
That's exactly what. I'm sitting here.
He would have to be better than him.
I probably cheated because I was looking at that.
Okay,
and so somebody left the roster in here, and that gave me a little cheat code. I'm just going through it, and I went, Boubacar. I'm like,
yeah,
he has some nut. Like,
yeah,
he could be a problem.
Oh yeah, listen, I really like him. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just one of those guys, like a motor that you might not be able to keep him on the floor.
Yeah. God, that's what you like though, man. I mean, there's guys. I mean, because if I said, okay, Rain in there, what if I said Corin makes it? You'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Do you have the clips? And we'll do them when we get back from break here in a few. But do you have, and if not, I'll get you the Field of 68 last night where they talk about Louisville's roster as opposed to Kentucky's. And to our point, and I don't know if you want to take a break here in a second or what,
yes.
But if so, I'll tease it with this. To our point, you look through this roster and you can come up with many names that you're like, well, they could start too. And it's not just us that notice that. National people are noticing that too.
I'll tell you what, we'll take that quick commercial break. Right through Nine-the-Ville.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease.
I was looking at Jeff Lightsey because he usually clips that shit.
Right here in Louisville, they use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at RA Louisville.
Yeah, it is.
And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
All right.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token.
Got it.
With the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. We all know the importance of making the right hire, especially when the stakes are high. In basketball and in real estate, the right leadership makes all the difference. Just because someone seems nice or they're a friend of the family doesn't mean they're the right person for the job. Hire someone with a proven track record of success. Like you've heard me say for years, call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are turning tough plays into big wins, ensuring your real estate experience is nothing short of a slam dunk. And in need of financing? Say no to amateur moves and go with the best. With Motto Mortgage A to Z, you're getting the MVP of treatment. No more pain, just gains. So when you're ready to make your next big play in real estate, remember, with RE/MAX Empire and Motto Mortgage A to Z, it's always a full court press towards success. They're here to assist you in scoring the perfect property and navigating the financial hoops with ease. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, and let's achieve those real estate goals with championship precision.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker, owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Motto Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Lanning Paints is truly Louisville's hometown paint manufacturer. We create architectural coatings for homes and ship our industrial and commercial products across the United States and even across the world. I am Aaron Lanning, and I am lucky enough to work alongside my father, Nick, who is our chemist and brainchild for our local brand. He is working daily to formulate finishes and coatings that will beautify your interior walls, basement and garage floors, driveways, fences, siding, brick, and more. Visit LanningPaint.com to learn more about us or call us at 245-0630 to reach our Middletown location or 612-2138 for Dixie Highway, where we proudly offer a full array of Benjamin Moore products. Lanning Paints, painting the USA from Louisville, Kentucky since 1983.
Hey Louisville, are you looking for great food, great beer, and a great time? This is Dominique with Noble Funk Brewing Company. We are a family-owned and operated destination for craft beer and pizza located in Old Louisville. Noble Funk offers a wide variety of rotating brews with a mouth-watering lunch and dinner menu, as well as games to entertain the whole family. Our location also makes for a great event venue from everything from family celebrations to corporate gatherings and weddings. Check us out at Noble Funk Brewing on Facebook and Instagram and at noblefunk.com for more info. Iowa. We're excited to see you.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Visit Henry County Supply in-store in Newcastle or online at henrycountysupply.com. henrycountysupply.com. The PGA Championship plays on ESPN Louisville.
Here it is. Biggest moment of a legendary career. Phil defeats Father Time.
Exclusive stroke-by-stroke coverage begins at 2 o'clock on all ESPN Louisville stations. The PGA Championship on ESPN Louisville is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
One true party.
Situation. People must remain calm and cool. Speaking of cool, temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split like the one we use here at the 93.9 studio, sometimes referred to as the Players Club, for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Chase,
what's up?
Would you so happen to have that clip of people's outside opinions on the University of Louisville basketball team versus or compared to the University of Kentucky's men's basketball team?
I think both of those teams are going to be top 25. I probably would lean a little bit towards Kentucky at this point, Sweeney. I don't know where you stand.
I think Louisville has more talent. Like I think they're a little more athletic, a little more dynamic. Pryor is a really, really interesting piece. Like he is a guy at 6'10" who's really more of a big wing than a 5, right? And Louisville may play him at the 5 because of the way their roster is shaken out. I do think it'd be nice for them to add one more like traditional center just to have that look. I know James Scott can be that in doses, but like a Case and Pryor lineup with him at the 5 is going to be ridiculously hard to guard because you can lift him up. He can handle the ball. You have guys who can really shoot around him like Corin Johnson. I mean, remember Terrence Edwards, obviously from JMU, a huge addition. Yeah. Like I love the athleticism that Louisville has. I love the toughness. I think the depth that they're building here with guys off the bench like Abubakar Traore and Connie Roots, who just signed for his Michigan commit, long athletic, like this group's size, athleticism, and versatility, really 3 through 5, I think is really, really interesting and is a great foundation for Pat Kelsey. So I actually think today I would take Louisville's roster.
Of course you would. Well, yeah, because you got a brain. No, but I wanted to play that to just say that, and actually I wanted to play that clip in particular because I wanted Doster saying, I think I would go with Kentucky's because I wanted you to hear that people are in a legitimate, like, when we celebrated John Calipari getting out of here, because let me tell you, if John Calipari was still at Kentucky and they had the roster they were bringing in, and they had John L. Davis like they were going to get and all this stuff, it would be like, well, Louisville's done a great job. Of course, I'm taking Kentucky's roster. That would be the conversation.
It wouldn't be, you wouldn't even be able to have the conversation in the same room as talent-wise.
But it's like now you get that. And also, I mean, you hear a college basketball, I mean, Kevin Sweeney, who's a college basketball writer, it's like, no, look, not only do I think Louisville's roster fits better, I think they're more talented. Like, I think they've got the better players at Louisville. Like, so when you need reasons to, I joked yesterday, but I'm kind of being serious when I say Lexington, Indy, Atlanta. Oh, by the way, I talked to our mutual friend that works for the LMPD, and it was not him. So he was made sure that we all knew.
That's awesome.
Said he'll actually be taking care of another
if
Detroit Lions Hall of Famer that'll be in town today.
Listen, if it was him,
Jalen's not a Hall of Famer yet. So.
He is not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
If it was him, Scheffler wouldn't be playing.
If he had grabbed hold of you, buddy, you wouldn't be golfing today. I bet that.
Yeah, you'd have to take a little time off.
Out of the car.
If you don't get out of that car.
Actually, the car would have stopped when he jumped on it.
It's like, hey, don't make me get you out of this car. Get out. It's like,
yeah. He's my guy that when people were like, I'd say something to the police, I'm like, okay, well, let me bring my buddy over here.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You got to meet you got to meet him one time. He's a beast.
You'll know exactly who he is.
Yeah. You might be talking to him at some point. But anyways, my thing is when you hear national media now, it's like, no, this is a real deal roster. So when I say things like Lexington, Indy, San Antonio, we do have to adjust our minds a little bit because on one hand, I will say
you can be okay. You add Waterman, you can go back to being a fan.
And
with expectations.
But see, and I'll admit, especially doing this and the way I see people attack Louisville, my immediate defense mechanism is not to put expectation. Because like when an Andy Sweeney was in town or somebody, it's like you get a good recruit. It's like, well, they should win the national title now. So my immediate defense mechanism was always
Chase. We would have to defend the extreme.
Yeah, look, if we got Pryor and we're excited about Pryor, it would have been what if Louisville doesn't make a Final Four? It's a joke. Like, okay, come on. But my immediate defense mechanism is to say, well, they can have a good season. But when you hear things like that, and you see, and especially if they add Waterman on top, you go, but my brain's telling me this can be a really good season. I mean, will they win? And Chase, you'll learn, and I think because you listen. On this show, we try to remind people, if you make the second weekend, dude, that's a hell of a season. I mean, you have had you're one of the last 16 teams playing.
You got to get this Calipari stench off you, boy.
God, that's a good season, man.
It's so funny. Like, KCD is one of our greatest inventions, right?
Yeah.
Because it was the ultimate smoke screen.
Yes.
KCD was the ultimate smoke screen.
Yeah, because, I mean, some of them they were funny later, but KCD was created because we sweated out Elite Eights and Final Four games.
Year after year after year. So to turn, it's almost like the Eminem I'm going to take away all of your ammo by saying at some point you're going to choke, right?
Yeah.
But in real life, you're like, you just got to another Elite Eight. You just got to another Final Four. That's what we're saying on the inside. But on the outside, it's like, You choked again.
Yeah.
It's like, God,
Yeah,
geez.
like with flat, but it's like, man, I've been scared of that. By the way, check this out. So Mark Blankenbaker is going to be on Fox News at 11:40.
That's awesome.
How great is that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, we can take that, right?
Is he talking about the next election? Or what's the?
I'm a little offended.
That Mark gets to do it. What's that? What's that ONN?
I don't even know. Can we take that live?
Yeah, there's definitely a way. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I am offended.
Am I thinking? Is it?
I'm one of the few people.
Is it ONN?
I am one of the few people that have the stones to just get on a radio show and say, "Yeah, this is my political affiliation." Like nobody really does that. Okay, I do that.
It doesn't take.
I take a beating over that, and I get celebrated over that in some circles. But like, and he gets Fox News. Mark Blankenbaker.
Where are you saying he flies under the radar with his political affiliations?
Mark Blankenbaker, who is a little bit of a Peter, and what I mean by that is Peter in the Bible. He got jumped on by Jesus because he was like, well, whoever you're around is who you become.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, when you're around the Jews, you act Jewish. When you're around the Gentiles, you act they like you got to pick a side.
Yeah.
No, you don't, Steve.
And Mark proved.
No,
he'll just wait till this.
I will say this though, Mark's much more polished at that than I would be. So good for Mark. But if we can take that, let's find out if we can take that live. So if we can, we should do that. For sure. But yeah, I mean, hey, like, and back to basketball, man. We can have I almost said political affiliation. I don't know. We can have an expectation of, I don't think I'm questioning, like, and it feels weird to do this, but I don't really think I'm questioning if Louisville's going to make the tournament.
Right.
I feel like I'm kind of just expecting it.
Listen, I got to be honest. When you started off in order of Scott, Rain, Smith, and
Edwards.
Mm-hmm. When you started right there, I'm like, okay, we're in it. We're in it.
Sure.
We're in it. Because I know
Terrence Edwards Jr. would start
anywhere
for any team in the ACC.
Yeah.
I'm just sticking in my conference.
Right.
He would start for any team in the ACC.
What's going on? Listen.
Yeah.
Rain Smith, James Scott, Terrence Edwards Jr. said, I have a nucleus of 3 guys that I know have won a whole hell of a lot of games. Mm-hmm. I know that I have a big man who can get any big man understanding what the expectations are.
Yes.
If you start your team if you start your big man group with a motor like James Scott, and I'm just saying motor,
yeah,
and expectations. That's how you hit the ground running, right?
Yeah.
If you have a sophomore who works as hard as anybody, and you can just see, like, you can tell by the way he runs when the ball changes possession,
mm-hmm.
the way he gets on his horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is James Scott. I know if I go get about 3 or 4 big men, I know if he's the floor, I know the floor is high. Rain Smith, he's like I said, you can see he can score in any type of offense.
Yeah.
He knows how to get open. He knows how to read a screen. He knows how to throw the alley-oop.
Yep.
Those are 2 guys, again, you watch them in detail against Alabama, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know I knew you're starting your thing with guys who know what they're doing with the coach.
Yeah.
Your nucleus is, listen, 2 of these guys that know what they're doing and a conference player of the year.
Yes.
You start your roster right there. I'm in the middle of the ACC right now. Just by saying, okay, I know I got 3 functional guys that can that know the system. I mean, two that definitely know the system,
right?
And one's kind of a scorer, so he's not as system specific.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, game on. Now, do I right?
She wearing pants.
Right. If I start right there and I'm in the middle at 6-7. Was it 12? How many ACC teams are?
16,
15,
18 maybe, or no?
How many ACC teams are there?
You play 18. We play 20 games now, so probably 16.
15 member schools.
Okay. 15. You start me, look, I know I'm at 7 or 8 with those 3.
Yeah.
Right? Just out of a little bit, like I said, I have enough continuity, good legs, and one of the best shooters in the United States of America, college.
Second in the country.
In
Most
the
made
entire
threes,
country.
behind Jack Golke.
Okay. I know you just gave me 3 game effectors.
Yeah.
I'm already ahead of the curve. So I'm at 7 or 8. And you add, when you add a Hepburn, when you add some of these guys, you're like, okay, each guy you're getting me at least one more win.
Yeah.
Because these aren't like, okay, if these guys were just additions, roster guys, then I'd say, okay, I'll stay 7-8. But once you add Pryor probably got to give me 2 games for Pryor, 2 spots in the ACC. So now I'm at 5. You know what I'm saying? And this is me just doing the math.
Yeah.
Good coach who has multiple conference championships.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. Good.
Been to the tournament multiple times.
Good experience.
More than
Good
Mark
coaching.
Pope. Seems like a great guy.
But he seems like a really good guy.
Yeah. It's hard to not like Pope. He seems like a good dude. I mean, it'll be easy soon, but
to find something.
As soon as they start playing, I'll be like, ugh.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm at about 4. I'm at 4 in my mind. Like, okay, if I'm finished 4th or 5th place in the ACC, 1 game up, 1 game down.
Yeah.
I'm in the tournament. And as long as I don't have the national media saying that, the whole conference is garbage, as long as I don't have one of those kind of.
Yeah, but I made that point to you on the phone the other day. I do think that and Chase, I'll get your thoughts on this too, because me and Marcus were talking about this, and I was asking him, I said, I just think that when Louisville gets better, I think the view of the ACC looks different because Louisville, Duke, and North Carolina are probably they are ahead of all the other programs in prestige. I mean, I know Syracuse is there. I know NC State's there. Like there are teams that are there, but if Louisville being so down, I think is why the ACC is taking a beating nationally. Because I mean, every year you look at the tournament, you're like, well, the ACC is actually good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think Nike pushing.
Well, I mean, 2 of the 3 top. I don't know. There was 2 of the 3 top teams, though.
Dawn.
Was it?
It looked like Dawn.
No way.
I agree with you though. I mean, like we were supposed to be when they got a hold of us, we were supposed to be.
Yeah. So if Louisville's better, I think if Louisville gets back into that top 4 or 5, I think people will be like, oh no, the ACC is really good.
You don't think Nike's pushing the SEC thing?
Well,
yeah, it wouldn't be done because he's showing somebody around. So
okay.
You'll laugh.
I got you. Nope, not quite. Not done. It was sorry. We missed Dawn.
We missed Dawn.
We did.
Chase, you never got to meet Dawn.
She was awesome, man.
Was she an intern? She worked.
Yeah, no, she was sales here. She was the mom of the office, man.
I mean, we need.
I mean,
3 or 4 of those.
She was fantastic. Like people lowered the seats here. Like we were all it was like
it didn't look like it didn't feel like a frat house.
Yeah,
like it does
because
right
we
now.
were all like, it's like, dude, if you walked out the back, you're like, what if Dawn comes in?
Yeah,
and
you
sits down?
you naturally clean up behind yourself if there's a woman in the building.
Yeah. I was like, well,
I mean, you guys might.
Jason. Chase is single now, by the way. Are you
Yes.
still single?
Yes, I am.
Chase back on the market, ladies. So if that smooth voice of Chase, you're
Did you want
he's not
that?
much on the look side, but he's a great guy. You're great personality. Yeah, he's really.
We'll put the YouTube
We
on
can
Chase.
watch,
Yeah. Look, if you see that, ladies, go to the YouTube channel, and if that's something that you feel like you could love,
Get tickets to Louisville basketball and football games. So. Anybody interested in
hey, pulling that card. Yeah, look, I mean, I can get you tickets. I will say this:
Do we got any events coming up
Chase
where we get tickets
looks
to?
very successful. He's
Oh.
got a successful look.
If I had dressed nicely, it would be
How tall are you?
about 5'11" and 3/4.
You know, it's funny.
That's how you know I'm being honest, because I could just say 6.
Yeah, because I would have said you're 6 foot.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? Today was the first day I looked at Chase's body.
Yeah. I've checked it out a couple times. Are we doing this on air?
Yeah, we were.
He's got a soccer body.
Listen,
Yeah.
when we were going back down the hall,
Uh-huh.
I was behind him.
Yeah.
And I was looking at his legs, and I'm like,
hey, that's squats.
I was thinking that.
I was like,
no, today was the first. I was like,
you've been in jail, and
you see the water like run down. Play us out, Chase. But it was the first time I saw. I was like, okay, he's
I'm
pretty
playing.
strong.
I
got you.
I got y'all.
Get the cards, man.
Yeah. God.
You know how many crumb kicks I can get with this? Oh, my money ain't good.
No, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, no.
What's the name?
Thanks.
But yeah,
Dashika.
yeah, Dashiki. Said, I'm pregnant already.
I think I would know.
Yeah.
93 Bill.
Bandana? Check. Boot? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself. Wear a Department of Transportation approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. When motorists and motorcyclists work together, we can save lives. Ride safe, Kentucky.
Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Join Mike's Car Wash this Saturday to benefit local youth. Half the proceeds from every Ultimate Plus ceramic and Ultimate Wash sold benefit Louisville area kids in need. Stop by any Louisville area Mike's Car Wash this Saturday from 7 to 9 and get a wash for our kids.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Single game tickets are now on sale for the 2024 Louisville baseball season. Tickets are required for every ACC home game and matchups against Kentucky and Indiana. Single game tickets can be purchased for as low as $5 by visiting gocards.com/BSB tickets. That's gocards.com/BSB tickets. Explore all ticket options and be sure to grab your tickets today. We can't wait to see you at Jim Patterson Stadium. Go Cards!
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
The 78th PGA Championship in 1996 marked the second time a major championship was played in Kentucky and the first time in 44 years when Big Spring Country Club in Louisville hosted. This time it was at Louisville's Valhalla Golf Course, designed by golf legend Jack Nicklaus. Kenny Perry from Elizabethtown lost in a one-hole sudden death playoff when Mark Brooks birdied. Valhalla went on to host the PGA Championships in 2000 and 2014 and will host again this May. This PGA Championship moment is brought to you by Value Market.
Value Market is Louisville's grocer. Since 1978, Value Market has been your neighborhood grocery store for all of life's best moments. Value Market gets it. Life is busy. That's why Value Market has curbside and delivery since 2013, freeing up more of your time for the more important things in life. Kids' ball games, family visits, work, tailgating, and cookouts. Value Market gets it. That's why Value Market has 4 area locations to serve your grocery needs. Mid-City Mall, Outer Loop Plaza, Iroquois Manor, and Mount Washington. At Value Market, you got savings in the bag. ValueMarket.com.
This is Keith Bosch with Rates Fence Company, a local family-owned and operated business for more than 50 years. Rates Fence is Louisville's premier fence installation and access control company, specializing in residential and commercial fencing solutions. If you are looking for a quality fence installation from a company you can trust, visit us online at ratesfence.com. That's RAATZ fence.com to schedule your free estimate today.
When it's time to replace your heating and air system, we know people want options. That's why you'll always get a free second opinion with BJ Heating and Cooling. Plus, for a limited time, get up to 7.
Twitter is just, it's so funny. It's so funny.
We know people want options. That's why you'll always get a free second opinion with BJ Heating and Cooling. Plus, for a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Bryant system.
Call the experts you can trust at BJ Heating and Cooling.
Blistering offense. Going back. That ball is gone. Stellar defense. Relay to first. Double play. Lights out pitching. Strike 3 on immaculate.
Need more time.
Gets the victory. This is Louisville baseball.
Right here on your flagship for Louisville sports. 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Hey, Louisville, are you looking for great food, great...
Probably six, almost 7.
We are a family-owned and operated destination for craft beer and pizza located in Old Louisville. Noble Funk offers a wide variety of rotating brews with a mouth-watering lunch and dinner menu, as well as games to entertain the whole family. Our location also makes for a great event venue from everything from family celebrations to corporate gatherings and weddings. Check us out at Noble Funk Brewing on Facebook and Instagram and at noblefunk.com for more info. We're excited to see you.
Before I go any further, I want to give a special thanks to one of the newest members of the team. That would be Kentuckiana Pump Sales. For every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Did Minnesota shoot it all out last night?
Oh, man, I don't know.
I watched it. They listen. They destroyed any chance they had of winning Game 7.
Well, that was kind of my fear, was that, and that's what I kept telling Elijah. I'm like, the only problem is, man, I'm like, I just don't know they can go back to Denver. It's before yesterday, I was like, I don't think they can go back to Denver.
You can't shoot like that again
and win.
You cannot shoot like that.
I'd like to see him, though. I'd like to see him do it. Give me a Denver or a Minnesota, Dallas, and then a Knicks. We're looking at Knicks, Celtics, probably.
I do not want to see Denver and Dallas.
I know.
I know.
I know. Denver and Dallas will be gross.
That'll be gross. I told, listen, good friend of mine, I said, pay attention to Luka and Jokic.
Yeah.
And you remember, I think I said it on here also. The referees determine if they're going to win every game. They can literally call foul on every single play.
Yeah.
The way they create contact.
I know.
And you're just like, I get so frustrated for the game. I get so frustrated for all the other players that are on the court because they're insignificant.
You ruined Denver or Dallas for me, because I watched after you said that, and I'm like, every possession is for a Dallas offensive possession is a screen and roll for Luka. Either he's going to take it, he's going to kick it out to PJ Washington in the corner, he's going to give it to Kyrie, they're going to reset, and Kyrie's going to do something. But everything is, and just so people know, it's not those guys specific. I said the same thing with Harden. Yeah.
I'm like, if you go back and listen to me when Houston Harden kept flaming out, I would say, because the way he plays, the referee is going to decide if Houston's going to win tonight or not. Are you going to give James Harden the Euro step foul?
Yeah.
When he swings up the ball, and every year they stop giving James Harden that call. Late game, and they lose. Houston was wasn't they like the number 1 seed one year when he was just unstoppable? Either 1 or 2 seed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just flame
Chris Paul, right?
Yeah.
And they were over the Warriors, who were
Was
still
that when Rondo
rolling.
punched him in his face?
Oh, it might have been.
When Rondo punched Chris Paul.
I remember that. Or was that was he with the Clippers?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember I was happy
that year, and then Chris Paul got hurt for game 7.
Every year, Chris Paul.
Yeah, I mean pick a year. They said somebody said there's something to be said that they held Denver to 70 though. They have been good defensively. Minnesota has.
Steve, they only held them to 74 because the Joker knew 6 minutes into the game they were down 20.
I was like,
yeah. I see what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
It looked like Joker and Murray was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all back in Denver. Hey guys, y'all knew. You should have seen when they were on the sideline.
Did Murray get hurt last night?
No, it just
early he got hit.
It just shut it down.
But then
Did you see Gobert slide into Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah. Reckless.
I need to control the way I bash. I don't bash, but I give French people a hard time.
Yeah.
Just being.
You do.
I've
noticed that.
People a bit of a hard time.
You do.
And Gobert just makes it justified.
And French people are kind of taking the league over. Yeah, Gobert, you got
I know.
Wembanyama now, and this year, Sarr looks like he's going to be the number 1 pick.
See, I predicted it. I predicted it.
Yeah.
I told you. When they had them kids on the pro teams over there, it's like, okay, these kids are going to be 16 years old. They've been playing with pros for 5 years.
Well, you're not wrong on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I stuck any young, talented American basketball player and stuck them on the Pacers.
Yes.
If I put 3 13-year-olds per NBA team on what, you know what they're going to look like when they're 16?
13-year-olds.
Hey,
Steve.
Europe is like that.
Look, in soccer as well.
They don't go to school.
Yeah, right. Steve.
I'm just seeing 13-year-olds in the NBA though.
No, the problem is, Steve, I'm talking about those 13-year-olds. Now, I know you can turn on YouTube and you see it. Those
babies.
Every state has the little video where the guys are playing 13 under AAU.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette.
It's just like,
yeah. But every state has about 3 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
That you hear about, either in the county or in the city, and they're different. You stick 3 of those on each NBA team. By year 3, you unleash them in a high school somewhere.
Yeah.
They all look like Zion.
Yeah. That pro training,
yes.
Pro everything. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes. Look, 3 hours of school.
Well, that's kind of what they've done.
And
now they're all, I mean.
Yeah, Sarr's been playing pro ball.
Yeah.
That's
for 5 years.
That's literally what they do for soccer in Europe, though. Like they have to decide when they're 13 if they think they're going to go pro or not. And if they do, then they stop going to school.
Have you seen that story of Ronaldo when they said they were going to take one guy between him and another guy? I'm talking about Ronaldo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When they said they're going to take, look, Steve, like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Said, whichever one of you two score the most goals is who we're taking off the train, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking about it. He says both of them scored 2 goals, right?
Yeah.
You get late in the game. He says the other dude gave up an assist at the end, and Ronaldo scored it. They took Ronaldo, and the dude stayed there. The dude just never got on.
That's insane.
But they said like years and years and years later, Ronaldo went back to the house and just took care of him. Like,
yeah.
I really appreciate you giving me that assist.
Yeah, like,
can you imagine how salty you might be at yourself though? Just like you watch Ronaldo go on to legendary status, and everybody knows I was probably colder than you.
But still, too, man. I mean, gosh, you're probably like, what's taking care of him though? Because I mean, Ronaldo's like
one of the richest athletes ever.
Yeah, like, I went back and gave him a couple thousand. Like Ronaldo's a billionaire almost.
Plus, he probably just take care of his rent or something.
Yeah. Here, I got you this month. Appreciate it. Pass me that ball. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I encourage people to look up that. Like I said, this little video clip of it. It's like, oh my god, and they actually have footage. I think.
Hey, I got a question for you. A little random question before we get back into sports here. Have either one of y'all been to the Cincinnati Zoo? I think I'm going tomorrow. I've heard it's cool.
Me too.
For some reason, I feel like I have.
Wasn't that Harambe?
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, you'll be able to see the shrine or whatever they have.
Do they have one there?
I don't know.
Oh.
I would assume though, right? I mean, they have something.
I haven't been there.
Been to the aquarium.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe I've
Newport Aquarium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. But I've never been to the Cincinnati Zoo. But I think
I haven't been to a zoo in a long time.
I love the zoo. The zoo's one of those places I only go like once a year. But I'm always like, man, I love the zoo. I like my mother-in-law's got like a pass. She takes kids all the time.
I think the zoo turns me. I think that's the only place in my life where I get liberal.
Okay. Well, you love the new documentary. So.
I get this unrecognizable feeling in my soul.
Well, I tell people all the time.
Free the animals.
I know. This is mean. Cincinnati Zoo is incredible. Cincinnati Zoo is great. Cincinnati Zoo has a lot of hills, a lot of walking, wear comfortable shoes. Okay, good call on that. They do have an Harambe sign, but wear your walking shoes, brother. Okay. Cincinnati Zoo is awesome. It's a very nice zoo. I'm going up there with Lieberman and his daughter, and I'm taking Xavier, and we're gonna have a little dad's trip with the kids. And go. I said, Steve, I need a full Cincinnati Zoo review on Monday's show.
You should.
We're going this summer. Okay.
You should give it
because I'm excited about it because I love the zoo. Because people that know me know my. If you're like, what's Steve's one little quirk? Like, what's he do that he just don't really publicize? Not that I'm embarrassed of it, but just, it's just like, what will you find Steve doing a lot of times? And Charity would tell you, watching National Geographic on Disney Plus. I love those shows. Like, I love those where they give the animals a name and it's like they follow them for it. Like, I just watched Tiger the other day. It just came out. And like they followed this mom with her cubs all the way through like so many years. Yeah. And like the cubs grew up and then you see that they had I love those.
I like the dogs one, the dogs and cats one, like the home environments ones where they have a litter. You know what I'm talking about?
And they go through like their family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the pet friendly ones.
Yeah.
But when you go wildlife, I like the ones that are not built for Disney.
Well, no, they actually have. I mean, there's some gruesome ones, dude.
Yeah.
Like, but here's my thing. What I like
it's not
is
gruesome. It's the circle of life.
I know. But the only thing I hate about them is they're always like, like when they start out with cubs, it's like, one of these dudes are dying. One of these cubs are dying. It's just like, and you're waiting for it. Cause like, even at the beginning of the Tiger one, they're like, but unfortunately, she has 4 cubs, and it's like, but to get them all she got 3 of them though.
Yeah,
only one got 8.
Well, and they play this sad music
by another tiger, of all things.
The statistics.
You wouldn't be able to tell if the animal's sad or not, but they play sad music in the background. They're like, oh, the mom's she's real sad.
Well, and because here's the thing, like the mom's looking for the cubs because she's lost 2 of them. Yeah, and you're like, and the music starts playing. You're like,
sterilized them pretty good.
God. You're like somebody, and then you know what they showed. Vultures eating something, and the mom's just sitting off in the tent.
Got to eat it. Got to deal with it.
Yeah, and she's just like, and then you're like, man, she lost 2 cubs, but then they do it great because they're like at the water, and they're like, but in the distance, like 20 minutes later, like you think, man, she lost 2 cubs, and then 20 minutes later, it's like, but in the distance, Ochani comes running through, and you're like, and you're sitting here, like, like, she survived, baby. Steve, I got a weird feeling. Steve's favorite Disney park isn't Animal Kingdom, but it sounds like it should be. That's actually true. I love Animal Kingdom though. Last time I was at Cincinnati, it's gonna be a terrible joke, I think. You seen the video of the lizard on the beach running from the 100 snakes?
Yes, that is an awesome video because there's no way that lizard survives.
I know. He's just like, here we go.
Have you seen that, Chase?
No.
The lizard, like it's rocks, right? And all the rocks have all kind of snakes all around it. Actually, that's the most nightmarish video in the history of all videos.
Well, I hate snakes.
Yes.
So
yes.
Okay. All right, I'll watch
it.
It's the nightmarish video, and he survives. Spoiler alert, Chase.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Even if you watch it though, you're like, you have to watch it again, and you still don't believe he made it. It's where that lizard never recovered.
My dad and I used to watch Meerkat Manor.
Yeah,
I've heard
Meerkats.
of that.
Oh my god.
Yep.
They were. I don't know. They were much more sophisticated than I thought. You just think they're like little rats.
Yeah, I was saying meerkats is a little.
But
Cincinnati Zoo. No, okay.
But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm like, I've never been up there.
Is Phil Baker gonna show up with one of those PGA Valhalla vests on?
fits that vibe.
But he's like the invisible man.
Yeah.
He's going to end up with one of those somehow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Hold on. I guess he isn't crying to the refs. Yeah. That Jokic thing. That's the only thing I haven't enjoyed about the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I
just really don't like Denver. Kind of over Denver. Yeah. I'm like, feel like I don't know, just something about them, man. Just like, good.
What's wrong with them?
Just with the officials and just kind of like
it doesn't feel as basketball.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
but you did say you spurred them.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, they're just boring. They're just kind of like
Patriots effect.
I mean, I liked Brady though. Like, so I rooted for Brady, even though I wasn't a Patriots fan, but yeah,
I'll tell you what, we'll take our last commercial break. Make sure we keep on track. 939
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving with the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With an experienced team and a full line of advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on. Keeping on. Visit baptisthealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
Our city's professional soccer seasons are underway, and ESPN Louisville listeners can take advantage of a special ticket offer today. Visit LouCity.com/ESPN for discounted tickets to Louisville City and Racing Louisville home games. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for the right place to enjoy a cold drink, it's tough to beat a night at beautiful Lynn Family Stadium. That's LouCity.com/ESPN for discounted Lou City and Racing Louisville tickets today. And remember, if it's Lou City, it plays on ESPN Louisville.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And though I generally talk about medicine and effective treatments for erectile dysfunction and other men's sexual health issues, today I want to talk about love. Because love is the best reason to get treated for your ED. You see, ED can cause major relationship issues. In fact, men often push their partners away when ED becomes a problem. The condition can cause depression, arguments, breakups, and even contribute to divorce. But the good news is that if you're like most men suffering with ED, you can be successfully treated at Tri-State Men's Health and put a stop to the relationship stress
outside snatching.
Clear Cut Hero is a new sports drink from Clear Cut Brands, the same local company that makes Focus.
Every 16-ounce bottle of Clear Cut Hero is packed with electrolytes and contains just the right amount of carbs, sodium, and potassium. It has only 25 calories and 5 grams of cane sugar.
It comes in 6 thirst-crushing flavors: Nova Orange, Cosmic Blue Raz, Eclipse Lemon Lime, Nexus Peach Mango, Dragon Fruit, and Apex Fruit Punch.
The great news is that Clear Cut Hero contains no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no sucralose, and no red dyes. And it contains 80% less sugar than the leading sports drink.
Did you know that 70% of the Western world is dehydrated at any given time? Despite ample access to drinkable water, Clear Cut Hero has emerged as the champion of hydration, so you have a fighting chance against thirst.
Clear Cut Hero is available at your local Kroger or at www.clearcuthero.com.
27 area locations, walk-in, drive-through delivery. That's Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. That's Louisville's go-to liquor store. Buy 3, get 1 free cigars every Wednesday. So if you missed this week, go catch them next Wednesday. They got everything you need there, so check them out. They've got the wine, domestic beer, craft beer, mixers, bourbons, everything you need there at Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. They are your one-stop shop here in Louisville for all that. Cox's and Evergreen Liquors is Louisville goes through liquor store, coxslouisville.com.
The PGA Championship plays on ESPN Louisville.
Here it is. Biggest moment of a legendary career. Phil defeats Father Time.
Exclusive stroke-by-stroke coverage begins at 2 o'clock on all ESPN Louisville stations. The PGA Championship on ESPN Louisville is presented by Liquor Bar, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
For golf fans and bourbon lovers, listen up. James B. Beam Distilling Company is teeing off the summer with Bourbon and Birdies, an exclusive event you won't want to miss. Sample award-winning Beam-made bourbons, enjoy delicious Kentucky-inspired fare from the kitchen table, and sip on signature cocktails. Plus, you'll have a chance to test your putting skills against master distiller Fred No. Bourbon and Birdies takes place on May 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the James B. Beam Distilling Company. Don't miss out. You must be 21 or older to attend. Secure your VIP experience at a special rate by using promo code ESPN10 when you purchase tickets online at beamdistilling.com. That's beamdistilling.com and ESPN10 for VIP access to Bourbon and Birdies. See you there.
Can't get enough ESPN Louisville? Subscribe to us on YouTube at ESPN Louisville for live watch-alongs, play-by-play breakdowns with the coach, behind-the-scenes action in the bullpen, and more.
Blistering offense. Going back. That ball is